Hello and welcome to the Conversation Is podcast, the TCIP. I'm Charlie Pitson.
And I'm Ash Hughes.
And today, the conversation is...
The Matrix.
The Matrix.
1999.
1999, 20th anniversary.
Oosh.
This year.
And
big.
The fourth one is coming out.
Fourth
They've
one's
announced
coming
the
out.
fourth one.
Yeah, boy. And not the Michael B. Jordan one.
Yup.
The new one with Keanu Reeves, Carrie-Anne Moss, and...
I think is it
Lilly Wachowski, yeah. Not
Ooh.
Lana, no. Whee.
And we've got a theory about it. Well,
we've
I've
got
got
a few
theory about
theories,
it. We've got a few theories.
Yeah, and they're good. They're good theories.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So go follow us and subscribe on HillRat Productions on YouTube, where you can find this. Subscribe to us on Apple, Spotify, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, follow us on Instagram, Facebook,
Yeah.
Twitter. Yeah, just get involved. And also check out
There's also
Games Head Chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, just do it all.
There's more stuff coming as well. I mean, come on, guys. We are treating you like little princesses.
Yes. Not printers, because they suck. So, yeah.
Are you on Cypher's side? Do you understand his point of view?
I can't remember if he... was he born... not like born in the Matrix. Born in the Matrix.
Born in the Matrix, yeah. He's an unplugged. And basically he wants to be plugged back in.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm absolutely with him. I mean, the real world is pants. Why would you want to live there?
I know.
Morpheus never mentions that, does he? He's always like, I can wake you up. But yeah, what about the shitty clothes you gotta wear?
The shitty
food
food
you gotta eat. Yeah, the fact you gotta live on a fucking constantly moving ship.
There's machines chasing after you.
Yeah.
The last known city is fucking
hundreds of
worse
thousands
than
of miles
Megatron
underground.
on fucking Fallout 3.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Morpheus is a bit of a dodgy salesman. But I think we'll come back to that later.
You gave me that jurors my addiction. I've seen this opening like a million times.
Yeah.
You try rewatching it and sometimes you just can't be bothered, and then
yeah, I feel like that sometimes I like think about just the action and I'm like, I'm gonna do the Matrix trilogy, and then I remember just how like intense and head work it is, and I'm like, no, I haven't got it in me this week.
Some of the this bit, yeah.
It's gotta be one of the most copied and spoofed.
Scary Movie 1.
Yeah.
That's all I remember
Shrek.
from it. Shrek. Oh yeah, Shrek, yeah.
Loads of films have done it, haven't they? And I can see why. It's a great shot.
The action scenes in this are
the action's
unbelievable.
superb, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the same guys that do John Wick.
Is it?
Yeah. Which is made me really excited for number 4, because I wonder if they'll get the John Wick guys back, because it was one of the John Wick guys who dropped. They were doing Matrix 4, and then obviously they were like, no, we're not, when they were.
Yeah.
So I got to assume they're coming back.
I'm so pumped for that film.
Either that or Keanu's been talking to them about it like way earlier than when it was announced.
Yeah, but that's the same thing, right? He's in both. Keanu Reeves, so like
it makes sense.
They can do both. Yeah, they have no excuses this time. Oh, we can't do Matrix 4 because we're working on John Wick, or we can't do the other. It was like, well, how the fuck's Keanu doing?
Back.
How the fuck's Keanu doing it then? Yeah. I mean, Matrix 4, I'm excited for it, but I feel like it's been too long. And with that ending as well, it's just kind of like, they kind of just felt like...
We leave that linger for a little bit longer. Yeah, we leave that linger for a little bit longer.
I don't know, I love the way that they both run and the police just, like...
Can't keep up,
yeah.
It gives you an idea.
We try running like that, like up and...
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's impossible.
Yeah.
First of all things are possible through power of God. So jot that down.
Yeah. Oh man, the one with the Angus analyzes is one of my top episodes so far. Yeah, still
generous, right? When he's holding, you got the drawing, massive tits, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that dive. I'm sorry, man. Like it's like it doesn't even. It doesn't.
It's not even a green screen. I think it's an action screen, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that's blue screen, isn't it? Isn't blue screen the action screen? I don't know. I see a lot of blue screen on Avengers set, so I'm just kind of
possibly.
I don't know much about all that technical stuff. Right, this bit, it's a shot, that would have killed her instantly. Like,
Not the van.
Yeah. because some of the shots, like,
Yeah, but
they don't quite line up right. So at one point he's actually closer than he is.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
In the
It's
truck,
like the angling isn't right.
Yeah, when it shows the angle, like from the Trinity's POV, looking at it coming at you, it's literally there. And then she's not even in the phone booth yet. By the time she gets it, she would have been mashed. This guy now, he's Elrond and Agent Smith within the same year.
Yeah.
He's
a great actor, man. He's also V for Vendetta. Thaddeus Valentine in the Mortal Engines movie.
Ooh.
Can't think of anything else he's in. Oh, Red Skull.
Yeah, Red Skull, man.
Yeah, Hugo Weaving's alright.
Oh, I wish I could hear this right now.
Yeah, that dial-up tone.
I've read into those headlines and Morpheus.
Yeah. They touch on this stuff in the Animatrix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched that like once as a kid, and it was one scene that just terrified me.
Yeah,
and
which one?
I think it might not even be the Animatrix, man. It might be some random like anime. But it was a bit like a girl pulls her like eyeball out of her socket.
I don't know. I can't remember anything like that.
Or was that not the film? I don't know.
I watched it. I've only watched it twice. Once was years and years ago when Enter the Matrix come out. Because there's a trailer on that for it, isn't it?
Yeah, there was.
And then I watched it after that, and I watched it about 4 or 5 years ago, just out of the blue. It's pretty good because it shows how Trinity got out of the Matrix. It shows Trinity's relationship with Ghost from Niobe's crew.
Yeah.
It shows a bit of history of the world.
Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong film.
If you're really into the Matrix trilogy, it is definitely worth checking out.
I've got the VHS somewhere in my parents' house. Ooh, my parents' house.
Yeah.
Excited now. This is the first episode in my
this is
new
we're not even
flat.
in the same city anymore.
Yeah, so and we're doing this for you.
Yeah,
all 14 million of you.
Yeah, it goes up so much.
It goes up so much. It was 14,000. It was 14,000 last week. Yeah, thanks a lot, man. We really owe it to you, man. 1,000% more.
Is it? Yeah.
Is it 1,000% more? Now? Yeah. Would be, I don't
maths, not my strong point.
I always feel like he should be taking out drugs at this point. But this is good.
I don't think this is how like illegal programs and hacking works.
Well, you don't know. You'd be in the 90s, because there's mini discs and stuff in it.
Do you think the Alice in Wonderland metaphor is too on the nose? The whole follow the white rabbit thing.
Yeah, but I think it's meant to be. I think that's there for people who.
The point. Right.
Yes.
It was stupid.
There's a lot about this film where it's like it's an amazing film and like, but there's some story aspects that just kind of like, oh, that's a bit lazy. Do you feel like that? But as a kid,
I think it's because of the contrast of how high level the plot is and how high concept it is.
Yeah.
And then some things it's just like I'm not a big fan of the whole ghost and vampire thing from like the second one. I'm not on board with that.
It's and the twins, in it.
Like I like that sequence and all and what they are. I don't like that they call them ghosts. I don't like that they have the vampires in it with the teeth. I think it's just a bit silly.
Yeah. I think they needed to write. They needed to write like a sequel, and they try to think how can we make this more interesting by adding.
But at the same time, I do like the concept behind it of them being like errors in the Matrix and from different versions of it.
Yeah.
So again, it's I love the concept. It's just the execution of it. It's just a little bit of a miss for me.
I always found this film is just so. As a kid, this was my favorite film for years, and I remember getting the DVD, and I must have played that a million times.
Yeah,
I was so tempted to bring it with me, but I left on my DVDs at home because I just don't watch them. But something you've had for so long, you just can't part ways with it.
Get rid of it. Yeah, I've still got my Matrix DVD.
I got the VHS, but that's long gone. Like it's probably in my old attic or something. Because who watches a VHS now?
No one watches VHS. No.
Didn't touch on that like at some point.
I think we touched on it.
But like if someone has like a VHS
someone
collection
VHSs, it's stupid.
I can't forget that.
It's redundant. It's absolutely redundant.
And I said I collect Yeah, I'd collect VHS just to make a wall of it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your Blu-ray wall was looking pretty alright.
I know.
It's looking fine on its own. Don't need no VHS.
It looks way bigger than I thought it was going to be. Even though that I had the same exact shelf in the house, because that's the same shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's because I normally had them on like 2 shelves and I had them on like on top of each other, so it was like different. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Looking sweet. Look at Neo sweating in the club.
Yeah, just got the pill.
Keanu Reeves always looks really clammy in this film.
Yeah. He's nervous though, isn't he? He's always on edge because, you know, he's a hacker and like, do you see how thing he was on the door? You know, he had the lock on the door and
How paranoid he is.
yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like he's wearing lipstick.
Yeah. Because we're not watching the 1080p one, but the 4K one, right? The makeup you can just see right through it, and it takes me out a bit because you're just like, oh, there we go.
Yeah, you can see the prop department next.
You know you've done your job right when you don't notice.
When you're selling a stupid little floppy disk for the money he just sold one for, why is he working a 9-to-5 job?
I don't know. That's why he's probably doing it on the side to make more money because this job sucks.
Yeah, but then just quit this job and then just do the discs all the time.
Because you got to pay rent.
Yeah, and then you pay the rent with the money from the hacking.
That's true. Maybe he doesn't make enough from the hacking though.
Yeah, I guess. Again, it's
tax
just,
reasons.
Yeah, who knows?
That's always an answer. Yeah, this is one actually, because in the 4K one, this is kind of a bit like the colours off here, but he's so like pale faced.
Yeah, it's like that's been.
And this guy is
his
as well.
lips stand out way too much.
Yeah, he looks like a ghost. Maybe they're trying to make everyone who was currently in the Matrix look like
different.
Different. So then in the real world they look real.
Yeah, that's interesting.
We'll find out. I don't really thought about that because the last time I remember watching this film, I was quite young, and I just kind of just.
I think the last time I watched it,
I don't know.
Was when they put them on Netflix. Are they still on Netflix?
I don't know. I was looking. I didn't see any.
Yeah.
I can't check.
Last time I watched them, maybe whenever they were on Netflix last, or whenever they were put on Netflix.
Yeah. Oh wow.
That's an old ass phone. I remember being a kid though. I think that was the coolest thing ever.
And they were like
the phone
flips on there, yeah. But it doesn't. It slides. Sick. Didn't you do this bit in the game as well? When you got to escape, it's like it takes ages to do it. End of the Matrix.
I don't remember this now.
It can't be Path of Neo, surely. Path of Neo, you start fighting like weird samurai people.
Oh, I don't know. Enter Matrix, you play as Nairobi and Ghost, so you don't have anything to do with the continuity of this film.
That's why, yeah.
It's from, I think Enter the Matrix takes place from the end of this, you know, where they infiltrate the building.
Yeah.
I think it takes place from there up until
because you
film.
I remember you infiltrate the same building, didn't you?
Yeah, that's like the first level.
Right, yeah, I was thinking Path of Neo,
level
yeah.
after that then is the driving
I get, because
yeah.
It's been years since I played them. I just kind of morphed them into one game. And but I remember like vividly that there's a weird like samurai. You fight in Japan.
Oh, I don't
it's
know,
like it's weird like 47 Ronin kind of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you know what it is with Path Neo? I think because it came out way too long after the films.
2005.
Yeah. Whereas The Matrix was out at like relatively the same time.
I'm going to see if I can buy Enter the Matrix.
And to me, it felt like just a bit of a cash grab.
I hope it's back was compatible. Oh. Because that was on original Xbox, right?
Yeah.
It's not playable on the 360. Never mind, it's going to work on the one. No. Maybe not.
Gutted.
Shame. Petition. There's a petition going.
Saying that.
Oh, because it's for Atari made them both.
Never.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I got original Xbox, but I
can't
plug it in because there's no SCART. Because it's just way too new with a TV.
Yeah.
No.
That sucks.
I'll have to get an old TV and just chuck it there and bring the Xbox up.
Yeah.
And then
like an old box back.
See
TV.
if I think Josh might have one mind and just like we can record that. I wouldn't mind playing Into the Matrix again.
Path Neo. I had no interest in doing it because I wasn't sure exactly what it was, whether it was going to be just playing through the games, through the films.
It was nowhere near as good as End of the Matrix. Like, but there was the one mission in End of the Matrix I hated was the chase on like the freeway with the ghosts.
The ghosts, yeah.
Oh my
I hated
god!
all the driving in that game.
Oh,
all of it.
Did my head in, man. Yeah, End of the Matrix came out 2003, and I think Path of Neo came out because this was simultaneously produced at the same time as Reloaded and Revolutions.
Was there an MMO? I'm sure there's a Matrix MMO. If not,
maybe.
If not, why isn't there? That would be amazing.
So look, I'll just go on Matrix is the series.
Yeah. If not, someone needs to make a Matrix MMO.
So there's the Matrix Online, 2005, 2009.
Yeah, I thought there was. What a great concept for an MMO.
Oh yeah,
amazing.
That'd be good.
I bet that was really good.
That was something they could do now to coincide with the new one, but not, yeah. Maybe don't play as any of the characters. Maybe they could appear as
you got to be your own character. That's what I think. I mean,
so like someone we could be in someone else's Matrix. We could be controlled. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
there could be someone right now playing that game, and we're the characters.
Yeah,
we're their characters.
Yeah.
Oh, we would never know as well.
No.
Maybe that's how bad luck happens when we start thinking about it.
Maybe we're all just Sims.
Yeah. As soon as we like kind of realize that we're being played on a game, they throw bad luck upon us, and that's how bad shit happens.
That's how you trip over steps and
and die.
And how ladders start disappearing from pools.
Yeah. I'm drowning. Not well. You shouldn't have mentioned the fact that you were in the Matrix. Well. So what? I really can't remember what is exactly does the that insect they put in him do?
I don't know. They call it a bug, so I assume it literally is just a bug, and it kind of
like imagine like a virus on your computer.
Yeah,
it's a metaphor, really, isn't it? Yeah. It's not as in depth as as the actual.
The scene used to freak me out, like when he goes to open his mouth and it's badly CGI'd, closed, and then the bit where they actually pull the bug out in the car. Those two used to freak the shit out of me when I was a kid.
Yeah. Oh. And the bit where he takes the pill as well, and
and it goes all the metal.
That's the worst one for me, man. When it goes through his mouth
and it does the dial-up tone.
Oh, and it's like distorted, and it's like.
There's some great stuff in this film. This film is so good. There's a reason I think people love this film, and how it's just stayed so timeless.
Yeah, it's 20 years.
It is unique, though,
20 years.
I mean, such a great story.
Oh wow. Right, this has got to be a Mandara effect. I do not remember at any point he takes his fucking glasses off until they get fucking mashed, like at the end of the film, at the end, and that's when he takes them off to reveal what he really is. Nah, no way.
Couldn't comment. Can't remember. Don't know.
That's blown my mind. I was always 100%.
How awkward does that finger look? I feel like Keanu Reeves doesn't know how to give the middle finger in Matrix 1. It's weirdly straight. I don't know. That's a myth as well. The phone calls.
Yeah. It's the same thing as if the lecturer doesn't turn up for 15 minutes, we can legally leave.
Also, your Miranda rights. Police don't have to read your Miranda rights. That's a myth.
Yeah.
And also the thing of if you're asked if you're a cop, you've got to say yes.
I feel like with the rights though, if you bring it up in court, you could have that against them for some reason. Maybe it's like you get like leverage over them, so that's why the cops do read them to you, just so they can't catch you out. Like, you didn't read it to me, not because it's a myth, but solely because it's like, if you'd done this, then you would have reacted a certain way. So because you didn't read your rights and you spoke, and anything you said,
I get that, yeah.
They're like, I think it's not so much of a myth. It's kind of like the same thing as bringing your own treats into a cinema. Do you know what I mean? It's, I don't know.
Like an unspoken rule.
Unspoken rule, yeah. I'd get to it, man. The CGI isn't actually that bad in this bit.
No, like the bit where he physically tries to open his mouth when he first says to him. It's just awful. Because I think that's practical effect now.
Oh, that bit makes me feel sick.
Yeah. Man, I love the green hue on everything.
Yeah.
Like even his walls have got that green matrix tint, and his shirt and his stuff on his stand, his phone. Is so consistent.
Until like he gets up the matrix and it kind of switches to like a grey and like purple. Is it like purple overtones there?
This is how you colour palette your movie without it looking excessive. John Wick does it really well as well. John Wick does the colour palette really well.
Oh yeah,
with like the neon blues and stuff.
I think with these kind of sci-fi, you're more likely to get away with it.
Yeah,
and you would say if you made like a romantic comedy.
With it, yeah.
But that's the thing, though. That's the whole point, because I think films like sci-fis and horrors, and they're just quite. No, not say extra. I can't think of the word, but
artistically stylized. I think there's more.
Overexpressive, maybe.
Yeah, and I think there's more to be gleaned.
Look at that. You see all those like that like neon on the back, and then it's the same with Blade Runner. Blade Runner nails it. Star Wars gets away with it. Like I watched The Last Jedi the other day.
Yeah.
And
The Last Jedi is one of the most beautiful films. Like, say what you want about the plot.
Oh,
some of those shots are fucking amazing.
Some of the things in that film just clearly don't make sense, or maybe I'm not understanding it. But like, there's bits I'm just like, okay, it was never meant. I either wasn't paying attention, but I remember vividly watching the film because I was live tweeting that at the time as well. Because why not? But I was just focused on how it looked. I didn't even care about what was happening.
Yeah, it's stunning. Especially when they're on that last planet, the salt planet with all the red. It's so beautiful, man.
Because and
the throne room fight. It's some
is one of the
good stuff in that film.
Best looking things ever. Oh man, just the choreography as well. Just nuts. They're working together, and you're like, huh? What? Is he really going to turn back to the light side? Like, do you have any theories on that?
No, I couldn't care less about the sequel trilogy.
No?
No.
You're not interested in Rise?
Just as I would.
Have you seen the trailer for? Have you seen the trailer for Rise?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stupid. In what practical way is that? Why would you have a lightsaber like that? If you want to give her a dual blade, then by all means do it. Why does it need to be something stupid? I'll tell you why it needs to be something stupid. To sell toys.
Yeah.
And they need to stop because they just fucking... Honestly, I would wipe away this Star Wars trilogy like I'd wipe away the shit on my shoes. And I'd keep Rogue One and Solo because they're much better films.
They feel a bit more in the Star Wars universe.
No, but they're just better. The plots make sense, and it's honestly, I've got no faith in J.J. Abrams for this next one. He's fucking clueless. The man hasn't got a clue what he's doing, and I don't give a fuck what he's done in the past. Lost his shit. I don't get the J.J. Abrams hype at all.
I like Star Trek.
He's absolute wank. I like the new the first two Star Trek films. But other than that, Cloverfield, none of it. I just don't get.
Yeah, but that was Matt Reeves mainly, though.
J.J. Abrams likes to pose a question. He doesn't like to answer it.
He just likes to have his name on things as well.
Yeah,
he's more as a producer. Yeah, he's produced a lot of quality stuff. But when the things he directs and probably maybe writes, I don't know. It is questionable. You're right. Honestly, I mean, like, let's flip up. Like, we're not bad shitting J.J. Abrams.
I am.
All right.
I am. I don't give a fuck.
Fair enough.
I think he's shit.
Fair enough. That's out there. Will you fight him though? That's the question.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 would fight him.
I love that's a thing, Yeah, so like
10 out of 10 would fight J.J. Abrams.
You've heard it here first.
Yeah.
As in every episode, Ashley offers out someone to fight.
Yeah. Every week there's someone who likes me more and more.
So I'm going to see what films he's written and directed, because I feel like I think that really shows that's their film.
Yeah.
So we've got Mission Impossible 3.
Need I say fucking more?
I didn't know he did that as well. That's fucking nuts. He didn't write Star Trek, but he directed it. So I'm gonna count Star Trek. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's alright.
Super 8.
No, it's crap. Dane DeHaan is the worst actor in the world, and people need to stop casting him.
Fair enough.
So just putting that out there as well.
He actually no. I do like him in.
Do you know what?
Kill Your Darlings with Daniel Radcliffe.
I haven't
Watch
seen
that. Great film. Great film. What else has he been in that I liked him in?
He's in.
It was a romantic comedy that he was in, I think.
Shit. He's in something. What's the Amazing Spider-Man 2?
Yeah, that's what I
Goblin?
just kind of yeah.
Oh, he's in that film with Cara Delevingne as well.
Valeria.
Valeria, that's it.
Yeah, that can go in the bin. Oh, Life After Beth with Aubrey Plaza. Where she's dead, and she's like a zombie, and it's his girlfriend.
Interesting.
It is interesting. It's not amazing, but he's good in it. Star Trek Into Darkness. What do you think of that?
It's alright.
Then you got Star Wars: Force Awakens.
Yeah, no thanks.
And then
I shit you not, right? Honest to God, and you can ask you yourself. And again, not just because that's the common criticism, but we went to watch it on the midnight premiere, and after about 20 minutes, Hugh leant into me and said, "Oh, what do you think?" And I thought, "This is fucking wank." I said, "This is so far just been a remake of Episode 4."
Yeah.
And then like a week later, it was everywhere. Like, it's just a remake of Episode 4, and it is. It is a beat for beat.
It is.
Of Episode
It's
4.
like it's a new hope for a new generation,
and not as good.
Yeah. It's a shame because I like some of the characters.
I don't though. I don't like any of the new characters. Who do you like and why?
Poe.
He's arrogant. He's an idiot.
Yeah, but
why would Holdo?
Yeah.
Why would right? So they know there's a traitor on the ship. Why would Holdo just go spreading her plans around? That's ridiculous.
Alright, fair enough.
And she goes and proves him right then by trying to set his own thing up and fucking it up anyway.
Okay, fair.
Poe's an arrogant knob. Finn can just get in the bin.
That rhymed as well.
I mean, Finn, he should have died. He should, when he's just riding into the cannon thing, they should have just let him die there.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. He adds nothing to the story. That's why he's got nothing to do in this one, and the whole Canto Bite thing happens.
Yeah.
Except we also get another new pointless character in Rose. They got nothing to do in that film. They don't need to be in it.
Yeah, they're just kind of going about finding Benicio del Toro. It's just
Finn had nothing to do in Force Awakens. Finn shouldn't have been a character that exists. You get rid of Finn, and instead of having this stupid thing where Poe crash lands on what's the planet, whichever race planet is, and then just disappearing for the whole movie, and then appearing at the end without explaining why.
Yeah, and you
just get rid of Finn.
Hey.
Yeah, just get rid of Finn. Have Poe crash land on the planet, and have him find Rey instead. Finn is a completely pointless, unnecessary character.
You got a good point. That is true.
The only thing he does do is he knows the layout of Starkiller Base in the first one.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's absolutely nothing.
I feel like they could have given that to someone else as well, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's the Indiana Jones thing where realistically Indiana Jones doesn't change the plot of his own film. Finn does nothing for either of those Star Wars films. Absolutely nothing.
I can't argue with that. Yeah, that's a solid point, mind. Wow. I still kind of like the film though. It was enjoyable.
I like Rey. Rey's alright.
Rey's alright, yeah. Kylo Ren.
No.
He's a bit of a whiner for me. I'm a massive Adam Driver.
It's not
fan
Adam
as well.
Driver. Yeah, it's not Adam Driver. I feel it's. Do you know the second I was like, nah, I'm done with Kylo Ren. It was in the first film, and it's a scene where someone gives him some bad news, and he goes
all
mad.
Kyle.
Yeah.
He goes all Kyle.
Now what they should have done
is
he should have absolutely gutted that soldier. One of the first scenes we see is Darth Vader on his own ship. He chokes his own fucking admiral out.
Yeah.
Which shows, right, this guy will kill his own high-ranked men, which made him scary. Whereas Kylo Ren, what's he going to do? Fucking punch a hole in his sheet wall.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of what he's doing, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, but doesn't it feel like maybe there's...
But again, that's J.J. Abrams. That's J.J. Abrams' choice to do that.
Where it's kind of like... It kind of shows that he's like...
Still a little bit light.
Still a little bit...
Yeah, no, I know, but I don't want that in my villain. I don't want that in my villain. I want him to be full-on badass, like Darth Vader was right up until the very end.
When he just revealed to be a pasty old white
I think
man.
that's a very poor way, and a way that undermines your character in hinting that he's supposed to be a little bit good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair.
I want him to see him just reckless, and but again, like I said, that's a J.J. Abrams directorial choice, and he doesn't know what he's doing.
What do you prefer, though? Force Awakens or Last Jedi?
Last Jedi, every time.
Yeah?
Yeah, Last Jedi's a much better, and purely because of the Luke stuff. They nail it, and they absolutely nail it. And like the whole temple thing, I mean, come on, man. They go into the temple, and he's on about like how the Jedi have a history of failing.
Yeah.
When he's sitting there saying that, he's literally sitting on a mural of the Celestials. It's like, Rian Johnson understands Star Wars a lot more than fucking J.J. Abrams does, I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
For sure.
I feel like he's more of a filmmaker, so he just... he gets himself in there, do you know what I mean?
I don't know, like I said, he just understood that story, I think, great. And the whole Yoda stuff is right, because the Jedi are shit. Especially if you read the books. They make no sort of hairs of how sketchy the Jedi are in a lot of the novels.
Yeah.
And I like that they finally brought that into the films, because that was the issue with George Lucas. He wanted the Jedi to be the shit and Sith to be pure evil.
Sith are way more interesting.
And then once the EU come around and obviously more authors start to get involved, it got a lot more grey, so to speak. And some of the stuff the Jedi have done is just insane. And yeah, that film nails it in terms of the Luke storyline. I do think they were stupid in killing him off. I think they could have left that until the next one.
I remember from watching it doesn't feel like he's actually dead.
He's going to come back as a Force ghost, for definite.
I mean, you don't actually see him physically die, do you?
No, but it's the same thing with Obi-Wan in it. He disappears before the lightsaber gets him. And it's something that's explained in Clone Wars.
Okay.
Yeah, Series 5 of Clone Wars, I think. And I think they wasted Benicio del Toro. What a way to waste an actor.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I loved the subversion. I loved that, because when he gave her back the necklace thing, I thought, he's actually going to be decent. And then obviously he betrays him. All the way through that, I thought, he's going to come back in the ship and like free him or something.
Yeah.
And then he just doesn't. And I was like, that's pretty cool. But still, I think, what?
Yeah.
Give him a bigger part, innit?
I feel like he's like a underrated actor, man.
Yeah.
Have you seen him?
Usual Suspects.
Yeah, I was gonna say in Sin City.
Yeah.
I love him in Sin City, man. He's great playing like a manic character, like absolute nutcase.
So yeah,
untrustworthy, you know. How long this bit is? Like how?
Yeah, I don't remember it being this long.
No. Yeah, it's only like two. Is it Dozer and
Tank and Dozer?
Tank and Dozer are the only real humans.
Yeah, they're the humans on the ship. Yeah. Oh wait, no. There's the other guy. There's another guy. The one who programmed the Red Lady.
Oh, the kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot he dies. Oh, the fucking brick wall. Fuck. Yeah, that's disgusting.
That looks painful, isn't it? I didn't know what like acupuncture was, obviously, with the first time I watched this as a child, and I was like, what are they doing to him? This is insane. Because there's a bit where he twitches and they all just like shake. It used to freak me out.
Oh my god, no. Yeah, that bit.
Yeah. Oh, and this is
gross,
and it's grim, isn't it?
You can feel it. You can feel that.
And I imagine if someone touches it, that it feels like a toothache. Like if someone stuck something in it.
Oh, like,
be like
it's really cold and
yeah. Oh, it's so depressing, isn't it?
His fucking clothes as well. He's like, what have I done?
Yeah. Morpheus didn't mention this, did he?
Oh, it's like pulling out USB.
That's really like, I imagine it's like touching.
Look at his skin.
Oh.
No. For those who physically can't see this, it's the bit where he pulls like
Bits out of
bits
himself.
out of himself, and it's disgusting. It's the one in the back of the head, the neck
The
that
neck,
actually plugs you
yeah.
in. Oh,
It's the sound effect as well, 'cause it's like a wet, slurpy type sound. isn't
that
it?
when he touches this now. Oh,
Ooh.
nah, man. Right, so we're going to talk about you've got a theory for.
I got a Star
Palpatine.
Wars theory for Palpatine. I have, yeah. Yeah, I have.
Yeah, he's going to whip it out. It's on his phone.
So, right. So it's been suggested that Palpatine is in some form alive or influencing in the trilogy of the new Star Wars trilogy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in terms of universe explanation, at the moment the only thing it can be is something that was shown in Rebels called The World Between Worlds. It doesn't have an official name, but that's what I'm calling it because that's what the episode's called.
Yeah.
So throughout the four series of Rebels, it's all to do with what Palpatine's up to and things like that. One of the biggest things he's spending money on is archaeology.
Okay.
So, and that's the reason why one of the reasons why he's on Lothal. And then when they're investigating, they find this big, huge ass mural at the Rebels crew, which the Imperials have been investigating, and it's a giant mural to do with the Celestials.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's putting a lot of money into archaeology. They find the big Celestial mural, and then they do something. Ezra uses the Force on it, which obviously none of the Stormtroopers have been able to figure out because none of them are Force sensitive.
Yeah.
It opens up this big, huge portal which leads into this thing called the World Between Worlds. And while he's there, basically he has full access to the past, present, and future, which he takes advantage of by going into the past and changing something major, which has huge ramifications later on as well. But after he's done that, someone comes to a different gate, because there's multiple gates around the universe. Just so happens to be the Emperor, who knew Ezra was in there because he's watching it. Yeah. So basically, this reveals that the Emperor has and can simply walk through a door to anywhere in any point of history he wants to.
Okay.
So,
What do you think they're going to do, like an end game?
yeah, the only way the Emperor can be back is, or
That could explain the whole Rey thing, though, as well. Then,
me
couldn't it?
personally, I don't think he is back. I think it's him through this between worlds thing, and I think
He can't use the you can't become a Force.
I don't think he
can.
can. No, he's
That's
dark
that's
side.
a dark
Yeah, well, he could, but it's a whole complicated thing again. That's to do with something in Clone Wars, to do with the Celestials and the Beyonders. Clone Wars and Rebels just fills out everything that you need to know extra. Yeah, I personally don't think he is back. I think the Emperor stuff we're seeing is him seeing Rey's fate through this gate thing.
Oh,
And that's why she's got that dark side thing, because it's the Emperor having different visions of what could happen, but all through this world between worlds thing.
That's actually quite interesting, actually.
Yeah. Like I said, it's hard to talk about it as well without spoiling like majorly huge things for Rebels and Clone Wars. But that's got to be
Like
it.
a time travel Star Wars film.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah. And when that happens, I'm on to you, Filoni. I'm watching you, Dave Filoni. Gonna have to wake up earlier to catch me out. That's the only thing in the universe that would allow for something like that.
Yeah.
And the girl in the trailer with Finn, she's got to be a Sloane. Whether it's Ray Sloane's daughter, 1,000%. I think that's going to be the catalyst of the film. I think Palpatine's going to have done whatever he's done with the gate. And obviously from anyone who read the Aftermath novels will know who Ray Sloane is. She's a big part of the Imperial post Return of the Jedi, leader in Operation Cinders, which again, anyone who's keeping up with the canon outside of the films is a big thing. But she's dead, I think. I think she's... I can't remember if they outright say she's dead or whether it's just insinuated that she's died. But the actress they've got for this role, looks exactly like her, like
Yeah.
how she's like drawn in the book and in the comic books. They're almost identical, other than a grey strip in her
It's
hair.
pointless bringing in like newer characters or into like a final chapter though. Do you know what I mean?
Well, it's J.J. Abrams, isn't it? Like you
Yeah.
said, let's not get back into it.
I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Does it?
well, that's
oh, here's another character for you to
Yeah.
like, and then it's over. You know, you've got nothing else. Then, do you know what I mean?
And again, that's I can only think that she's got to be someone we slightly know in some form anyway. And just her look, that's miscalculated if they've cast that girl knowing that she looks that much like that huge of an important character. Because the only difference is the grey strip in her hair,
Yeah.
which just would suggest to me that she's younger than Ray Sloane, which would make me think maybe daughter or relative or whatever. Or maybe it's a younger Ray Sloane and it's to do with the portals again.
Oh, I don't think. I really hope they don't.
That
do
would be
route, though.
stretching, yeah. But
That'd be weird though. Like you can't just do another fucking time travel.
no.
Disney won't do that.
That's why I don't think he will be back. I think they like use the doorways to explain him having a vision of Ray and setting up a plan for that. I don't think he himself will be back.
I don't know.
And I think the catalyst.
It'd
of
be
the
weird.
movie
There's no
then-
way. Well, I don't know. They brought Darth Maul back, didn't they?
They brought Darth Maul back, yeah, which
So,
is something I.
You know what I mean? How he died
that
the same?
Obi-Wan
He died.
series,
He died exactly the same way. Just thrown down the.
Yeah, but Darth Maul was also cut in half.
Exactly, and that motherfucker's alive.
Yeah,
Lurking
it carried
around.
him.
Exactly. So Emperor can
Oh,
come
if
back.
Darth Maul can survive, the Emperor can survive. Absolutely.
I mean, he was an old man, so if he breaks
No,
his
but he was
back,
also a genius, and he knew the future. He could literally see and do whatever he wanted with these gateways. So he probably had contingencies in plan, which he did, like Project Cinders and the whole Snoke thing.
Yeah. Oh, fucking Snoke! I'm not gonna get started on that guy. What a waste!
Yeah, it's stupid.
What a waste!
It is a good troll of the Star Wars fans, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a waste of Andy Serkis though.
Yeah.
Because you thinking that he's going to be the
He's
big
gonna be
bad, and then
huge,
in the Force
yeah.
Awakens you get this Last Jedi, and you're like, oh, what the fuck? He's sliced in half. But then again, he can survive as well because Darth Maul did.
Yeah.
I don't know how shit like that works in the Star Wars universe, but
It's
that's
hatred.
kind of why I'm not as big as a Star Wars fan as I want to be, just because I hate some of the things they do in it. It's just like
I mean,
I know
it's
it's
easier
a
now
far
than
out
it
and-
used to be because they've wiped all the old EU clean, so there's a lot less stuff than there used to be. I mean, that's official canon now. I mean, obviously you can take and choose what you like from the old canon anyway.
yeah.
So I think if there is a time to get into Star Wars, it's as soon as possible now before it gets to the point it was when it was just Lucasfilm and there was 500 different books and you just didn't know where to start.
Yeah. Right. So we've passed a bit where we want to talk about,
Yeah.
but I think we've
Speaking
on
about
the Matrix
theories,
and theories. What have you got?
I've got a banger of shiters for you.
Yeah.
Bringing it back after like 4 or 5 weeks
Weeks.
because we got a film where it works. The format works.
Format works.
And it's some good ones here.
Yeah.
Naturally, I mean, there's obviously always going to be great Matrix series, isn't there?
Oh, of course, yeah.
So, as usual, I got 3 theories for you.
Yep.
I don't know if it's a banger or a shiter, but rather than just the one bonus theory, I got 2 bonus theories for you. And I got my own theory for Matrix 4. So it's an all-round bumper, banger, or shiter.
Yeah.
Sort of put it.
Bumper. Pumper.
Right. So, my first Matrix theory, going back to the scene when it was on, we're past it now, but is that the machines blackened the sky themselves. It wasn't the humans. Now, the evidence is, I mean, why the hell would humans blacken out the sky? We need sunlight, we need vitamin D, like, for our skin. We need sunlight to grow food, we need sunlight for everything.
Okay.
And it'd be a lot harder for us to adapt to no sunlight than it would have been for the machines. So the theory
Yeah.
is that the machines knew they could run off us as batteries, so they blacked out the sky, obviously as a tactic to help destroy the human race, and then to also drive all the humans into one place underground rather than have them all roaming separately around the Earth.
Fuck. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, obviously that's
I mean-
right banger. That's pretty good.
I will say that the Animatrix does discredit that, but we forget the Animatrix, because at this point the Animatrix wouldn't have been out.
Yeah, but I still believe that makes
It's
more
still
sense
really
than
good,
anything
yeah.
they could come up with.
Absolutely. And like I said, it's so illogical for humans to do that. So what are we calling it? Bang or strike there?
Banger, definitely. Banger.
Banger.
Yeah.
All right.
That's plausible.
Oh, this one is what. This is a really good theory. I wasn't going to do this theory. I was going to do a pretty generic one of Agent Smith being the one.
Oh, I think I've used
I
something
assume
like
you've,
this.
yeah. That's probably. I think that's like the most
Elaborate though, because I probably forgot.
famous, so to speak. It's just that he is the one and not Neo. I didn't look into it too much because I decided to do this one instead because I think this one's better personally.
Yeah.
So this one is that Agent Smith is Neo. It's his previous iterations. So in the second one, the architect says there's been 6 Neos before the one we're watching in the film.
Yeah. So Neo was number 7 then, is it?
Yeah. So the theory is Agent Smith is the only person that doesn't reference any previous iterations of Neo. And every time Neo fights Agent Smith, he gets a new power. It's why Agent Smith survives and is unplugged from the Matrix. So the theory, like I said, is that Agent Smith is just a conglomeration of the previous versions of Neo, because he also says the line, "Some part of you is imprinted on my memory."
Yeah.
So yeah, that's basically the theory, that Agent Smith was made from all the past versions of Neo.
That's a tough one, that is. Like, it makes sense, but
It's an interesting...
it's interesting, to say the least, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
That's one of those where I think it probably wasn't in the writer's mind.
I want to say banger, but I'm going to say shiter just because I don't like that theory at all.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go...
That strikes me as one of those
It would make
theories
sense,
where
but I don't know if I would like
it's not
to see
something... Yeah, like it's not something the writer had in mind. But if you said it, then they'd be like, yeah, that's fair enough.
That's fair,
like,
yeah.
you're not really wrong. Like, there's evidence there to support it. Yeah. So
No, I'll go for shiter
go
on
for
that.
shiter on that
Yeah,
one.
I'm just not a big fan. If that were true,
Yeah.
I'd probably be gutted.
It's just a small curiosity. Like I said, Annie calls the Oracle Mother, which is another one to do with it as well.
Yeah.
Right, so our third one is that Morpheus is working for the machines. So the architect tells us this has happened time and time again, multiple times. Now the theory is that Morpheus is a plant by the machines because he's the biggest pusher of the one theory. If the Matrix was Catholicism, Neo would be Jesus and Morpheus would be the Pope. Do you get what I mean?
Oh, right, yeah.
And so the theory is that they put Morpheus in to fill everyone full of, oh, we gotta find the one, which he then does, which then brings about the destruction of the Matrix and Zion, and then all of this starting over again, which it's done 6 other times.
Yeah.
So, and there's, I didn't get any specifics, but apparently there's quite a few lines throughout the whole trilogy which suggest that maybe Morpheus has ulterior motives.
Yeah.
The name of his ship as well, the Nebuchadnezzar, is the god of, I think, nightmares and bad dreams, which the Matrix could be considered a dream.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the theory, that Morpheus is working for the machines.
Ooh. I say biter, banger. Banger, yeah.
Banger.
No, I like that.
All right.
Oh, that was pretty good.
Right, so
That was pretty good.
I got 2 bonus theories. One is my own. So I've come up with this one myself.
Right.
And it's just purely, like I said, I watched the whole trilogy this week. And it's a very small one, that's why it's only a bonus one. But it's more to do with just a couple of choice lines and that he says in this one. So when he's out talking about the agents, he tells Neo that everyone who's fought an agent has died,
Okay.
not to fight them. And then he reiterates it again. So through the film, twice he says, anyone who's fought an agent has died. And then again he says, anyone who fought an agent has died. Now, Neo fights an agent, he dies, but he comes back to life. Trinity fights an agent, she dies, but Neo brings her back to life.
Yeah.
Now, what interests me is he chooses the word dies, not is dead. So rather than saying anyone who's fought an agent is dead. my theory is that Morpheus has fought an agent and has been resurrected himself, which is why he's so good himself at fighting the agents. I mean, he holds his own pretty fucking well on that in that second one with the sword.
Yeah.
So I think Morpheus has been resurrected at some point, just purely out of his choice of words and just, I don't know, it's just a little curiosity I noticed.
Yeah.
So maybe the Oracle or Nairobi or something has done something for Morpheus, or maybe he's a part of the system and that's why he keeps being resurrected, because he gets resurrected each time the Matrix starts a new iteration.
Banger. Yeah.
It's an Ash Hughes special banger, that
Special
is.
banger.
Alright, and so this is my last one. So this is that the machines actually use us for imagination and creativity, not power.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously a human wouldn't make a good power source. And this theory,
no way, especially if the sun is black.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this theory posits that they're not using us for that power in that sense, but more thinking power. Obviously, a machine can't create, a machine can't invent like humans can.
No.
Which is one of the reasons why Agent Smith hates the humans so much, is because he knows he wouldn't exist without them creating him.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a theory that, and one of the bits of evidence for it is, why wouldn't the machines like travel out into space and start conquering space and things like that? So yeah, that they are using us to steal our minds to help imagine and create rather than to power themselves.
I feel like that's so close to real life there.
So Dragon banger or shiter?
I like it, but I don't think it makes sense in terms of...
Yeah? Well, let me tell you something. The Wachowskis didn't think that made sense. No, not the Wachowskis. The Wachowskis thought that made sense, but their producing didn't. That was the original plot for The Matrix.
What?
Yeah, that was the original plot for The Matrix, but the producer was like, nah, that's too much, it's too complicated.
Yeah, it's quite complicated.
And then they put it back to obviously being simply a battery. I was just interested to see what you think about it, because I was reading about it and I thought, oh, I never knew that. Yeah, no, I agree, it is too complicated. But I was just, like I said, I was interested because that was the original plan. And now for the last one, my Matrix 4 theory.
Yeah.
So it's been confirmed Matrix 4 is happening, everyone's coming back, or enough people are coming back. So my theory is, right, because you keep saying about the end of the last one, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
End of the last one happened. Now, the machines agree in the last one that if people want to be freed from the Matrix, then if that's their own choice, then that's fine. Those who don't, stay in it.
Yeah.
My theory is that they tried that, it didn't work. It was a total disaster, and now another iteration of the Matrix has happened, just like the trilogy here, and now what Matrix 4 is going to pick up is the start of the newest iteration, which is why everyone comes back. But I think at this point, everyone is still going to be in the Matrix. So I think Neo's still going to be in the Matrix, Trinity, everyone.
So they're going to be in the Matrix at the time it gets...
And I think that this time, the machines, because it went so wrong last time after they'd made a deal with Neo, are going to think, no, we're not going to do any of this time. We're just going to keep you all in the Matrix, which explains, and then they do it very much like real life today is, which will explain why like our modern times are so shit and why things are so mad the way they are now, like political issues and things like that.
Yeah.
I think that'll be punishment from the machines for all the rebellions and fucking up the last iteration of the Matrix, even though they'd agreed with Neo, this is what we do.
So you think they won't show much of the real world in this one?
Or the
real world,
yeah,
you know, like,
yeah, I get what you mean.
Zion,
like
and
I don't think we'll see any of that. But I think by the end of this one, I think by the end of the fourth one, that will be where it'll be going to.
Go back into the real world.
Yeah, like the first few people will start to be unplugged again, and
it'll probably be Neo, Trinity,
and Morpheus.
I wonder
hopefully.
if Morpheus he hasn't been announced for that, has he? It's just Carrie-Anne Moss,
which is interesting. I think he's a bit old now to be doing this. I mean, they can write him into it, but I don't think he's going to be doing.
He's John Wick.
Yeah. Plus, he's a vampire, so he's ageless.
He's a vampire. Yeah. Well, Carrie-Anne Moss is like 50 odd now.
Yeah.
But then she was in Jessica Jones, but I don't believe she did any fighting or anything like that.
She doesn't do anything heavy in that. No.
But she is a boss anyway. Lawrence Fishburne could do it. Why not? Maybe not have a massive role in it.
And again, they wouldn't have to show that much fighting in it either that way, because they just wouldn't be trained, would they?
Yeah, but that won't feel like a Matrix film, though, would it? I don't know. I like your theory though. I would like to see that film, but like as like a separate thing.
I think that's the only way it can work, like you said, because again, like you said, by the end of the last one, they agree, right, we'll keep the Matrix going, but whoever wants to be freed can be freed, whoever wants to stay in can be stayed in.
Yeah.
So, and like you said again, the time gap between the last film and this film, in my head, it would make sense that they tried an iteration of the Matrix where that was the rule. If you want to be out, be out. But I think people knowing about it probably drove them nuts, and then the whole thing failed.
Yeah.
Causing the machines to think, right, we'll start again, but this time we just clamp down on them. No freedom, just
nothing. Just give them a shit life. Yeah. It does make sense. I'm not gonna lie. It does make sense.
And then, like I said, by the end of the
like in terms of like how yeah, but
we'll start seeing people waking up out of the Matrix then. Because someone's got to be the first out.
I mean, what if the film started with someone waking up outside the Matrix?
Yeah.
And then being like, how
yeah. And then
it's kind of like showing an exposition maybe. And
yeah.
it's kind of like someone's like, oh yeah.
I mean, someone's got to be the first out,
like,
doesn't they?
It's been 20 years since this, blah 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 blah. Yeah, and maybe like Neo and Trinity are out. They're like because they managed to get out.
Imagine
like,
if they
between
made
the times.
Imagine if they made Morpheus the new Oracle.
I can't remember what's the Oracle's purpose. Honestly, can't remember.
The Oracle's purpose.
I feel ashamed for saying that, but you know, whatever. Should she ever like leave the Matrix, or is she just kind of like?
She helped build it. The architect says in the room, if I'm the Matrix's father, she's most definitely its mother.
But what I'm trying to think of is, right?
She's the balance.
I'm trying to remember much of the. I can't remember much of the last two because I've seen this one a million times. I watched Reloaded a lot because I really like the Reloaded has got the best action scenes.
Oh yeah, man.
You can't beat that action wise. Reloaded is fucking sick.
Even with some of the bad CGI, it's amazing.
Yeah. Oh man, it's just kicked so much ass. But
yeah,
I can't remember like the architect. Is he also in the real world? Like how does he create something?
So we see the architect in the real world in a form. So the machines. The architect isn't a real person. The architect is the collective consciousness of the machines.
All right.
And the Matrix and the Oracle is the same. She's also a collective consciousness of the machines, but she's like their conscience, if you will. So she's like the good side of the bad coin. Do you get what I mean?
Oh.
So like the architect, basically, if the architect had his choice, it would be like I just described, where it would just be a total totalitarian Matrix where they're literally just cattle. It's because of the Oracle, where they're like, well, no, we could give them a bit of freedom, couldn't we?
Yeah.
So she's the balance.
It's a very it's so close to real life, isn't it? This film.
I think that's kind of the point, though, isn't it?
I think that's why it's so loved, because everyone's just kind of.
Well, yeah, am like everyone's had that thought. If you haven't thought, shit, what if my life isn't real at some point in your life?
But I feel like from this film, that's how we started getting those thoughts. Because
but is it though? I mean, we went around long enough before this film to know better.
I was 3 years old. That's what I mean. It's through our entire lives.
Because I mean, to be fair,
we always reference the Matrix.
Total Recall.
Yeah, but did you watch Total Recall before you seen this?
Yeah, I wouldn't like to say before or after this, but Total Recall it was out years before.
No,
this,
I mean, yeah, but
you
couldn't say that you've seen this before or that before because you would be.
Oh no, I couldn't. Yeah. No, but I mean, in terms of the theory of people thinking, "Oh, is my life real?" That probably started with Total Recall, if anything.
Yeah, and that's Philip K. Dick as well, and he's always been
really meta.
He's a sci-fi master, man. Like, you know, he always does these alternative realities and stuff.
Oh shit, he's in the Matrix. I thought he was born in the Matrix.
No, but he. Oh yeah.
Oh.
I was thinking then, like, oh, sure you can go in, but then you can't. Can you? You can't go into the Matrix unless you were born there.
No. I'm sure. Oh well. Do you buy the theory that the red woman is how Cypher gets in the Matrix to meet the agents? Because I mean, you're not sneaking into the Matrix without the crew of that ship noticing you, are you?
No, that's true.
But
yeah.
the other guy always says, if you want to use the red woman, let me know and I'll sort it out. So you can just go and be like, oh, I'm gonna bang the red dress woman, and then he's going to meet the agents.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can think of him getting into the Matrix without someone walking on the ship and being like, hold on, why is Cypher plugged in by there? Do you know what I mean?
Well, they put us when they're all asleep.
Yeah, but surely, I don't know. I just find it hard to believe.
I love how they use deja vu is literally like
Yeah, it's
how
genius, isn't it?
it's
This. I can see this is something they thought about, and they're like, "Oh, we gotta add that into the film."
yeah.
Like this is something they've forced in because it is such a good idea.
Oh yeah, definitely, man.
Man, the Wachowskis are good at what
But
they
they
do,
like
aren't
they visually show deja vu.
Yeah.
Because when you have deja vu, it's like you've remembered being here before. You're like,
No, but that's me. I feel like
it freaks me out. That doesn't
like
matter.
they'd written this, and then one of them was like, "Oh, wouldn't this be a good scene?" And they're like, "Oh my god, add that in now. Add that in now."
This is one of the heartbreaking bits ever, man. How is that guy just looking at code?
Isn't there a mission similar to this in Enter the Matrix as well, where they start like where they keep telling you to go to Windows, and then it's like bricked up and things like that?
I can't remember. Oh man,
Bye, kid.
what did they do with the bodies then? Do you reckon on the Nebuchadnezzar? Do you just toss them out there?
Man, now recycle them, eat them, innit?
What?
That's right.
You
Have you seen that gruel? Mate, give me a bit of that kid's ass cheek rather than that gruel any day. I'll have it medium rare, and yeah, that's that. I'll even drink the blood. Fuck it, just because I could. Recycling.
Just like suck them in the bones. That's fucking disgusting.
Oh yeah, I'd have the marrow slurping up everything.
Yeah. Shave it off and just smoke his bones. Oh my god.
I think they do. I do think they go a bit excessive on the green in the house. It's like we get the point now.
It's green. Even the green on his collar. Is that? I don't know. I like it. I like when they do that. It only works. I mean, it only works really well in sci-fi films or.
But I think it's like you said, it's because of the metaphysical aspect. Like you're not looking for hidden meanings.
Sci-fi films
rom-com.
put you more into a different world than any other.
Yeah,
film,
but
right?
like, you're looking for different layers,
like,
and
it's like, oh, this world has these kind of colours to it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's brown and green.
It's a part of the
look at that,
universe.
man. It's everywhere. Like, it's just
even like the mold on the toilet, like tiles. Yeah, great.
Oh, and the we didn't actually touch upon it because when we were talking about it, we didn't actually get onto the ship. But if you notice, the Nebuchadnezzar is kind of like a bluey kind of like. Oh yeah, we did actually
like
bluey grey.
type,
Yeah, it's just it's nuts, isn't it? It's cold. It's meant to be cold, isn't it?
Desolate and dead.
And then it's just bland.
Yeah,
because that's what real life is like, bland.
Have any of these won an Oscar?
I don't know. The main three.
I find it hard to believe. I don't imagine.
Main three, is it?
Yeah, I mean, personally, I don't imagine. What's the last one? Reloaded.
Yeah, no, the last one's Revelations.
Revelations. Yeah, I don't imagine Revelations probably did.
Oscar wise. Oh, I think you meant like actors.
Oh, like
dude, it's won loads of Oscars. Oh, loads. I think it won like 10.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like reception awards. It won best film editing.
Yeah.
It won best sound.
Oh, yeah.
Got to that. Best sound effects editing.
Yeah. Well, I was kind of
best visual effects.
Yeah.
And they won all the awards they nominated. They won all the awards they were nominated for.
Yeah. Like it's not winning any best picture Oscars, is it? But I mean, yeah, those are all the type of ones I would have expected it to be smashing.
Number 2, I don't believe is number 2 didn't have any Academy Awards nominations. Never mind a win.
Yeah, no, they don't tend to do it with things actually. It's like the
only the Lord of the Rings is like the only.
Yeah, but that's because they didn't give Oscars to any of the others. They waited specifically until the last one and just made up for it all.
Did they not give any? Are you sure? I thought they all got nominated at least. I know Return of the King won. Like I think it won 11 of 11 nominations. I'm pretty sure they got nominated for at least best screenplay or adapted screenplay.
Maybe nominated, but I know neither of the first two won any. Because I remember it being a big thing at the time when people were saying when they
Academy Awards. The Fellowship of the Ring won cinematography.
It did win.
Makeup, original score, and visual effects. And then Return of the King won every single one. And then Two Towers won sound editing and visual effects.
Alright, because I remember it was a thing that they were overcompensating for Return of the King.
I think they were not the film. All 3 films were only nominated for Best Picture, Art Direction, Film Editing, Sound Mixing, Visual Effects. It's a weird one. Look at that. See,
Yeah.
I don't know who was nominated for supporting actor. I'm guessing Viggo Mortenstein, whatever his name is.
Oh shit! Speaking of Orlando,
I'm Viggo Mortenstein.
What have you been watching this week? What have you been watching? Let's do it.
Not a lot actually. I've been busy packing and stuff. So
Yeah.
top
No,
of my
that's
head,
fine,
I
that
watched
makes
The Big
sense.
Short last night. Have you seen The Big Short? It's one with the housing market. That,
Oh no.
It's really interesting. If you do you watch Vice? I know it's all by Adam McKay, by the way. You know the guy who did Anchorman, Step Brothers and stuff.
Yeah.
And Big Short's cracking fun, man.
Yeah.
Cracking fun, yeah.
Decent.
Yeah, I watched that yesterday. I watched this as well.
Mm-hmm.
Only 20 minutes of it.
Yeah.
Because I fell asleep. Oh, I didn't watch anything else this week, actually. No. That's it for me. It's a very dry week for me, yeah. I've had a busy week.
I haven't watched many things because it's been a very hour-heavy week because I've done So I've done Dark Crystal.
Yeah, you've watched a lot, haven't you?
I've done a lot, yeah. I don't
In
want to...
one day?
I don't want to go, like, massively into Dark Crystal because it makes more sense to do it next week. And I think, considering it's only been out for, like, 3 days, I give people a week to fucking watch it. Not everyone's got the time I've got.
That's very true, yeah. You watched a lot of Henson
I watch...
Everything?
Everything Henson, yeah.
In one day?
Well...
You start like
not
6 a.m, was it? And then you just kind of...
I mean, yeah. People on this podcast must think I'm insane because every week I'm like, I watched this, and it's like, how has he got time to watch it? So, just to get this out of the way first, I've got a mad hypothyroid condition, which just means I can stay awake for like 72 hours on a trot. Do you know what I mean? Sleep for 4 hours and then be awake for like another 72 straight again. So I just watch stuff constantly. So obviously I knew Dark Crystal was coming out. I mean, you know how hyped I've been for that.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably my most anticipated series of the year. Yeah, so I knew it was coming on. I thought my initial plan was to wait and watch it as it come out. But then obviously I realised, I live in the UK. It's not going to be out 12 year. And I was hoping it would be out like 2, 3 a.m. And then I found out it wasn't going to be. It was going to be 8 a.m. So I thought, I might as well...
Step.
Yeah.
Watch the film and then...
Yeah. So I left the film till very last because I wanted to try and time it like as close to the series coming out as I could. So I just went through as much like Henson stuff as I could possibly get through in that time. I done Treasure Island. I didn't do Treasure Island first. I done Muppets Take Manhattan first. I done The Great Muppet Caper second. Then I done Treasure Island. Then I done Elmo and Grouchland. That's right, I watched a film for 3-year-olds. I don't give a fuck because Elmo and Grouchland is great. I even done the bit where you go along with him and sing the songs along with him, and fuck you if you don't like it. Yeah, I watched Elmo and Grouchland. Then I watched Labyrinth. And yeah, then I done Dark Crystal, and then I didn't do the series because so my mother come down at around 8-ish. I thought, right, I'll wait for her to wake up because I knew she'd want to watch it anyway. So she's like, I won't be home till 4. She's like, right, yeah, okay, I can wait till 4. That's cool. So about 3:30 comes, she texts me, and there'd been a big accident on the M4.
Yeah.
When was it? It was obviously Saturday. It was a big thing. I'm stuck in traffic. I'm going to be about 3 hours. She didn't get in until like 7, 8. It was way too long. But then we did do it. We smashed through it.
What, the entire series?
No, we done it over the 2 nights. We done the first 5 and then the next 5. Man, like I said, I won't go into plot spoilers until next week. But just if you're afraid to watch The Dark Crystal because it's puppets and you think, it's going to be childish or you're not going to be able to take it seriously, then I don't know what to tell you because the plot is so good. Like, I'm talking like Game of Thrones level good now.
Yeah.
Like, people fucking dying, betrayals, politics. It's on the par. It's right up there. Ironically, there is a lot of the Game of Thrones cast in it. It's just phenomenal. I can't praise it enough. It's genius. Absolutely genius. And the level of love that went into it, like I said, I watched the making of then straight after it, and the two guys, or the two main writers on it, are just giant Jim Henson fans, and you can just tell, because I think, like maybe three or fourth episode in, I was just so hooked, and I couldn't wait to see how we got to where we know it's got to get to in the film.
Yeah.
Because there's definitely going to be a second series. I don't think it's too much of a spoiler to say that, because we're nowhere near the point we are in the film.
Yeah.
At the end of this, and I just can't wait now to see where and how, because it just built such an incredible world for itself. I mean, we've got an idea because they reference that there's 18 of them. I'm trying to search my own memory. I can't remember if it's... Yeah. So originally there's 18 Skeksis and Mystics. And at this point in the series...
Yeah.
There's still 18. And we know, I think, by the start of the Dark Crystal, I think it's either 9 or... I think it's 6 or 9 are left. So we know we got 9 Skeksis to die before we're at the point where the film is. Obviously, we're a little bit closer in that timeline now, but I think we've still probably maybe got 2 or 3 series of this left to come if we're lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, definitely at least 2 or 3 series left.
I'm really pumped to watch that, man. As soon as I get internet, I'm going to be on that. And the film, and the making of course, because...
man, it was just a complete fucking... It was everything I wanted from it. Everything I wanted from it. Because honestly, if I'm honest, I was a little slightly dubious, because I don't like things with no stakes. Like last week I was saying about the Throne novel, that didn't land for me at all, because we already knew what was going to happen, because Rebels is set after it, so there was no stakes. So a lot of things in it I felt like, I don't think I'm going to really care, because I still know how it ends. But they're really clever in the fact of you don't care about how it, like, about, I know that the Skeksis is going to be defeated.
Yeah.
You care about the characters it creates in it, and like I said, the politics that's going on, like this, they make you really care about the characters they're showing you. So it's less about knowing what's going to happen and thinking, right, I don't want this to happen to this person, or I want this to happen to this person.
Yeah.
And yeah, a lot of talk of other worlds, which is exciting. And I mean, a lot of talk of other worlds. There's some interesting...
a few more seasons. And
yeah, some interesting references in there. Some very interesting references. So yeah, we could be looking at a Jim Henson shared universe. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't want to see
everything in there.
Yeah, I mean, they couldn't, because Disney owns the Muppets.
Yeah.
And Sesame... I don't know if Disney owns... I'm going to assume Disney owns Sesame Street. But Dark Crystal, Fraggle Rock, Labyrinth, I mean, all his short stories, there's a lot of Jim Henson stuff you can build into, like, some sort of shared universe. And especially if they're going to be having...
Especially the darker stuff as well.
Yeah,
more
that's
like,
especially if they're going to have plots.
Couldn't chuck the Muppets in Dark Crystal,
yeah,
can you?
Exactly, and that's
if you cut, they've done a lot of weird stuff. They've been in space. They've been...
Yeah, if they keep up with it like this, it's going to be a very special thing. I think it's going to win a lot of awards.
Oh yeah, definitely. At least a few Emmys.
And it deserves it. It's phenomenal.
I'm looking forward to that. Now you pumped me up.
Yeah. What else did I watch? I watched Carnival Row.
Yeah.
Yeah. No joke. I called Carnival Row all the way through it.
Yeah.
And I mean all the way through it, yeah. After every even the slightest, tiniest bit of information, I was like, I knew exactly where the plot was going to go, and I was 100% right. Orlando Bloom needs to stop doing that accent. He can't do a Cockney accent. And what's worse...
Oh, he's doing a Cockney accent?
Well, we say he's doing a Cockney accent, but I don't know what he's doing.
I've seen the trailer.
I didn't know. Because
I've seen some clips and stuff.
Oh my
he's
God.
doing a Cockney accent.
Yeah. Cara Delevingne's accent.
I saw his son, he's like, that was a British accent?
Yeah. Cara Delevingne's in it is... in the first 2 episodes, you can see it's like, this isn't great. But she gets better with it. It like, I don't know, it seems to balance out. In fact, I think she's really good in it.
Yeah.
But Orlando Bloom, man, because that's when I didn't know what accent it was. I was like, what is this? And so I started like looking at it, the character and what he was saying about it, and apparently it's supposed to be Cockney, but it's definitely not Cockney, mate. And he keeps coming in and out of it, and not even like he'll say like a sentence in a Cockney and then a sentence in his normal accent. I'm talking like words. So he'll say like one thing, like one word in Cockney, then the next word in his own accent, then the next word in Cockney. It's really, he doesn't do a great job with it. I did get more invested in it the more I watched, but I still wasn't.
But that's not good sign with TV. So you need to be
oh
hooked.
God, yeah, it wasn't until like
within the first 10 minutes.
It's only 8 episodes. It wasn't until about episode 5 I was hooked, and to be honest, most of that was just arrogance because I was like, I want to see if I was right.
Yeah.
And then I was, and I'm just like, yeah. There's going to be another series of that as well by the looks of it, but I'll watch it.
Amazon,
I'm not.
isn't it?
Yeah, I'll watch it, but I'm not. I won't be in a rush to watch it. You know,
No.
I won't be rushing. Like if this time next year, Dark Series and that drop at the same time again, I won't be doing them both over 2 days.
No.
I mean, I'll be doing one and then kind of
Dark
and sit and wait for a bit. The only other thing I've watched. And oh my God, man, it was the series 3 finale of Handmaid's Tale.
Oh yeah,
I cried. Honestly, I have never felt anything like that watching a TV show. Even the Battle of Winterfell, I was tense, but nothing like this. The finale of Handmaid's Tale, it was insane. There was a bit in it where, like, you know, you've just got that lump in your throat.
Yeah.
For like the last, well, I say last, the full 50 minutes of that episode, I was like,
is it at the end of the show, or they're gonna do more?
Oh no, well, I hope they do
Because
more.
they haven't. They're jumping into like new territory, like Game of Thrones now, aren't they? At this point, because
they were from the first series.
Oh, they?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
The first series ends exactly where the first book ends.
Ah.
Interestingly enough, the way that have you ever read H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds?
No.
No. Have you listened to the musical? No.
No.
Okay. So in War of the Worlds, at the very end of the book, it turns out that all this is being told to you by a university lecturer, like a couple of years on, about the Martian invasion of planet Earth. And the Handmaid's Tale book is the same. So it tells you the story, and then at the prologue, it's a university lecturer talking about the history of Gilead, the country where it's set. And he's talking about, obviously, Offred, the character, and how she was this big hero. But the way the book and the first series end, you're like, well, why she doesn't really do nothing to be, you know, where she'd be being talked about in university lecturers. And that's it. And obviously the book is the same. So for
they've
people,
expanded on that.
yeah.
Then.
And then in the second series, she does stuff, but still. And then in this series, man, the way they've ended it now, if they wanted to say, right, this is it, it's done, I think it would be fine, because I think people could fill in the blanks they need to fill in.
Yeah.
But I imagine they will continue. I think they'll probably go to series 5. I think they'll probably get 5 series. But just that whole hour of TV, man, I think it's the best show that's ever been on television. I think it's better than Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
That's a bold claim.
Yeah,
that's bold claim of the week.
I mean, it just gets me, man. Like,
yeah. Bold claim of the week. Ashley thinks Handmaid's Tale is the greatest TV show, even better than Game of Thrones. Which it's not really hard to top Game of Thrones at this point now. They had,
I mean,
the first 4 or 5 seasons were amazing.
I don't know. Do you know what it is with Handmaid's Tale? It's so real. It's scary, it's scary how close it is to like real life. And just that last episode, like I said, it's about an hour long. So for 10 minutes, I was like, right, yeah, that's fine, because I knew obviously what was going to happen in this episode. And then as it progresses, you just get more and more anxious.
Yeah.
And there's this thing in it, but there's a line said by someone in the last maybe 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And once that line was said, it just broke me. I was in just complete floods of tears, and I just didn't stop until the credits rolled. I just was so heartbroken, tense. It is. I think it's the greatest show on TV at the minute. Absolutely. Yeah.
I need to get on that, because I still I've not watched it at all.
It's fucking intense. Do you know what it's a lot like? Like the first series really reminded me of The Pianist, the Roman Polanski film.
Yeah.
where like the Nazis like hunting him, and it's that like hunted
Yeah.
claustrophobic feeling. The first series does that for you, but then just from there, this world is so awful you just can't comprehend living there. It was phenomenal. Best hour of TV I've experienced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bold claim, though. You've had a busy week, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah,
You've
I've
had a very busy week.
Yeah.
But like in a busy way of you've actually watched stuff. I've had a busy week and I've been trying to move out of my house.
I mean, to be fair, it hasn't even been a busy week. I mean, it's been a busy weekend. I finished Handmaids once you left last. No, wait, where did we record last week?
We recorded in yours, yeah.
Well, either way, I watched that day anyway once you left, and then I didn't do anything through the week, and then I watched Smash Dark Crystal and Carnival Row out this weekend then.
Yeah.
So when do you think the fourth one will be out, like rough timeline?
Ooh.
Like, do you
have they got a release date for it yet, or we just like...
not that I've seen. From what I've seen rumour-wise, it looks like it's already written, and it's been written for a while.
Yeah,
and
that makes sense.
Going back to... Because they were saying for ages that they were making a completely new one with Michael B. Jordan. I wonder
I remember that, yeah.
Like,
is that's not a thing anymore, is it?
I don't know.
I can't imagine... I wouldn't want to see that film at all.
I wouldn't want to see
I don't think he's
a film without...
Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. Which I thought was insane when they announced that. But maybe they'll integrate it now into one project.
And I can't remember if that was going to be directed by the Wachowskis as well, or...
I don't know. I wonder if that was the discussion. Like, they started the production on that one, and then they thought, I don't think this is going to work.
Yeah.
And then they put their balls on the line for Matrix 4. But I'm just curious, because I don't know, like I said, I wonder if this has been written for a while, and they've just been sitting on it, or if they're going to start writing it now, or just how far along is the production.
Know. 2021.
I thought 2021.
I'm thinking maybe probably the back end of it as well.
Yeah.
Like November. Like the first, second week of November. Maybe, is that around Thanksgiving? Is like the mid-November?
Thanksgiving, yeah, I think that's like November 24th. Thanksgiving.
Yeah, so I think maybe around that area.
Apologies to any Americans if we got that date wrong.
Probably got it completely wrong. No, maybe, I don't know. Well, I think Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know why.
I think that if it's already written, I think if they're writing it, I don't think we'll be seeing this.
Well, think about it, right? Oh no, never mind. I was gonna say James Gunn with Guardians. That was announced for 2021, but he's written it.
Exactly.
So he's just got to go into production.
I do think it is written. I think it's been written for a long time, and I think they've gone back and made changes to it.
Maybe they had the initial script with Michael B. Jordan in mind, and then they altered that then to be like, okay, no, actually the fans actually do not want anyone else new. Maybe new characters, but like
I want new characters, but
Neo
I want Keanu
has to be in it. Yeah, Neo
central.
Got to do it.
Yeah.
No.
Other than that, I haven't got any other Matrix stuff.
No, I'm going to be a mixed trip either. Yeah. Well, this is a perfect rounded episode, I think.
Well, that's it for another week
of the Conversation Is podcast.
Banging.
I'm Charlie Pitson.
I'm Ash Hughes. And this has been brought to you by HillRat Productions.
Yes. So, thank you and goodbye.